Hi there, you're watching the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name is Charisma and today we're meeting out behind the greenhouse and we're going to set up a rain barrel system. So the gutters on this greenhouse, this greenhouse is a Palram Canopia hybrid, and the gutters along the long sides of each side of the greenhouse have little spigots to either attach a hose, not a traditional hose, but like a like a clear hose, like a PVC pipe type hose, or even a PVC pipe probably. You can attach something like that. You can attach a rain chain, which is what we're going to do. Or, of course, you could just let them free flow like a gutter. I don't want big puddles by the front of my greenhouse. So I'm going to plug in my downspouts on the front ends with wine corks. So I'm just using some wine corks. They're about the right size. I'm going to pop them in there. And then on the back side, I have to let the gutter drain, right? So on one side, I'm just going to let it drain, and it's okay that it gets a little bit muddy on that corner, and I may do like a pile of rocks or something like that just to make sure that it doesn't get muddy. And then on this side, we're going to set up a rain barrel system, and we're using the same rain barrel that we used up on our house. Not the same rain barrel, or the same design, or the same product. And we're going to figure out what we're going to use to lift it up off the ground, because you always want to lift your rain barrel up off the ground for gravity flow. We put a spigot on the bottom of our rain barrels so that we could just turn the spigot and fill up a watering can. And so I like the rain barrel to be high enough that I could just put the watering can directly underneath the spigot rather than attaching a hose of some sort. And then we'll attach the rain chain, and that will be it. So let's get started. I have to find my extra spigot, and then Spencer's going to help me get the rest of it set up. Oh, that's not going to work after all, but it would. So using something we already had on hand, we're using this square that Spencer built for a little raised bed that we've used a couple of seasons, and now we're just going to use it for raising the rain barrel up on. So we've leveled it out and we're ready to set the rain barrel on. Bring it towards you a little bit. It's off center. It was sitting kind of up on the fence the way you had it. Mm-hmm.
I should say you got sing now. Well, you want to drain it, what are you going to do?
It says 5 times.
I feel like a whore.
So what we ended up doing is getting a black hose made for water from Ace, and we put it on the bottom of this downspout, and the downspout just fits into the gutter up there, but the sun's really bright, so I wanted to show you up close what's going on. So Spencer's gonna put that in there, and then what we'll do is take the hose from the gutter and we'll put it into the rain barrel. So we're gonna drill a hole and then just put the hose in there. So on the other side, we've just hooked the hose up to the gutter downspout the same. We're gonna run the hose down to this wood base, put this hose clamp around it, and then let it fall down to the ground, and we'll put some gravel. For the front side of the greenhouse, we're going to use these bypass caps, and we're just going to stick them right here so that there's not a hole on the front side, and then all the water will drain towards the back on both sides. So it just looks like that. Nice and clean, super effective, and then that way the water just stays in the gutter and goes back to the hoses that we want joining. It worked! Alright, so that worked out really well. So we just hooked up the hose straight up into the gutter, ran the hose down, hooked it on to here just to make sure it doesn't move around, and we left about this much hose, and we just buried it with this drainage gravel, and so that won't be a big muddy mess in the winter time. And then on this side, we just hooked it up right there, ran it here and straight into the back of the rain barrel, and the rain barrel is sitting like this so that the spigot is here. We could put our watering can here, but it's not sticking out, gonna hit our shin or anything. There's plenty of clearance between here and here to walk around, so we can have access to our raised bed. And this is high enough I could hook up a hose or just put a watering can underneath it and use it to water this bed, water the strawberries or the raspberries. If my hose is long enough, I could even wrap it around and bring it into the greenhouse if I wanted. There's different ways that we can use it, but cool. All right, super fun and exciting. I'm so glad we got that set up, because now is the perfect time. We're gonna go into winter and the rain barrel will get filled up, and I'll be able to use it for inside the greenhouse during the winter time, and then out in the garden during the summertime. So really exciting addition to our greenhouse. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're celebrating your life, and we will see you in the next video.